What's up guys, my name is Eduardo and today's video is all about arm levers. You're going to learn the single and double arm lever. So I'm going to show you what to do with your body to get into that weird awkward position where you see people balancing on their hands with their elbows, therefore called an elbow lever. You're also going to work up to different progressions so that you can get the double arm lever and then the single arm lever, and I'm even going to throw in a couple other variations. So let's get started. We're going to start off this movement elevated, and the reason for that is just to get comfortable with the awkward body positioning that the elbow lever requires. You're going to bring the elbow in across your body, and you're going to rest your elbow in your abdomen where the center of your abs, that six pack, meets the hip, and there's going to be a little gap. That's where you're going to place your elbow. And from here, you're going to do the exact same thing with the other arm when performing the double arm lever. Fingers turn back, and we're going to use a bench too so you can get a grip. Or a table works, or a chair, whatever works. Just make sure it's sturdy, and you're going to bring them in here so you can get a grip and get comfortable shifting your weight in that position. So find the position first. It's going to feel awkward and uncomfortable at first, and then just lightly bear weight. The more your knees are bent, the easier it'll be to get into that position. Once you find the sweet spot, extend the legs. And this is your double arm lever. From here you can just start to pulse. It looks very weird, but for learning purposes, it's good. Rock back and forth. Once you're comfortable with that, then we can move on to the floor. So the reason we started on an elevated surface first was for safety and understanding, because if you start on the floor first, chances are that you'll fall on your face. So it looks like this. And that's no good. It doesn't feel good. And I was already prepared for that. Chances are you won't be able to look up, so you will fall on your face. So don't let that happen. Instead, start with your head on the floor. Get comfortable with this first, turning your fingers backwards, shifting the weight from your fingertips to the heel of your palm, and understand how to balance in a safer environment. When you're falling forward, put a little bit of pressure here. When you're falling backward, put a little bit of pressure on your fingertips. When you go back, fingertips. When you go forward, heel of your palm. And you're just shifting your weight here, getting comfortable. To get your head off of the floor, you look up. And that's it. Just peek through your eyebrows and take a look forward. You're going to do the same thing with your feet. Don't try to jump and push them off of the floor. Instead, just point your toes. And that's the double arm lever. One thing that you might feel happens is your elbows might want to sneak out. So pull those elbows across your body and continuously pull them in. You're going to shift the weight from your fingertips to the heel of your palm, depending on which direction you're leaning more of, and hold that position while really gripping the floor. A couple examples of the double arm lever include more of an arch back, like a crocodile, or legs together, or even the turtle. Let's see if I can do it successfully. So, whew, it's been a while. And those are some variations. Now we can move on to the single arm lever. The single arm lever is very similar to the double arm lever. You're still dragging your elbow across your body, you're still shifting the weight from your fingers to the heel of your palm, depending on which direction you're falling, except you just take one hand away. So to make it easier, from the double arm lever, just stagger your hands. Same thing, you just bring one hand up 45 degrees and it's not resting on your abs anymore. That's really the only difference here. Now, when you want to progress and make that harder, start to tent your fingers. So instead of having a flat palm, you're still staggered, but fingertips first. So, down, here, 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 and now you point the toes. Now you can take away 1, 2, 3, wherever you're at to get into the full single arm lever. And that's it. Slowly taking one off, and then if it feels unsafe with a slight elbow bend, straighten it out. I showed that example right here where I totally straightened it out. It just feels a lot more natural lifting from one finger to all the way up. One thing that really helped me make that transition was to open up my chest slightly. That just gives you a little bit more pressure to rest on your elbow and your hand instead of being squared off, where you're gonna feel like you're tilting and landing on your shoulder. So give that a try and let me know how it goes.